Welcome to the Whovian Wire podcast, in which we go through each episode of Doctor Who after watching it and yap about it, because we're both Doctor Who nerds. This is Josh, and I am Alan, and today's episode we are focusing on World War III. We'll just go into it. There's no point talking about our thoughts on it, yet, at least. So obviously it ended on a cliffhanger where, the Doctor are getting electrocuted along with all the other specialists, in which we get to see the Doctor then rip off the badge after being electrocuted for at least a solid 10-15 seconds, shall we say, maybe. For which everyone else is dead by the time he gets it off and ripped off and stuff. And he's like, "You've got one problem. I'm not, it might kill a human, but I'm not human." Now, which is true, but it's always been the question, why isn't that meant he's needed to regenerate though? Like, if it was enough to kill a human, normally that's enough to kill the Doctor into regeneration.
Well, then again, this is like with Daleks, with their weapon. It kills a human instantly, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
then it shoots the Doctor, and then the shooter does, and then the Doctor, gets put into the generation.
So why did it
doesn't take much to kill a human.
Yeah, but I don't think the Doctor's...
Because this isn't Disney era where it takes, a little effort.
I think...
It's a little, amount of episodes, I mean.
Unless if a Time Lord's better at conducting electricity, I feel like... I get that, again...
Actually. Maybe.
Maybe. Again, I understand. Because
he does...
Yeah, he does, to be fair, he does withstand a fucking lightning strike in season 3, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He does a lot of stuff that a human can't. I mean, then again, a human can also withstand the lightning bolt.
Somehow. Yeah. What is it? A billion volts of electricity?
I would say it's not really great writing in that part in retrospect.
No, but again, I understand, episode 5, I guess you can't kill off your main protagonist that early. But would leave you on your toes watching Doctor Who, not knowing if they're going to regenerate on episodes. So then the Doctor obviously runs out and grabs some guards, saying, "Quick, there's aliens in there." And they all start running up like, "Oi, oi, oi, oi." I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm trying to recreate sound effects.
Who turned on the lights?
Who turned off the lights? Right. So anyways, they run back in, but by the time they get back in, they put their suits back on, and they're like, He killed all these people. And it's like, would you believe me if one of the aliens is the Prime Minister? Nope, okay. This is obviously when he runs out the room. Nope. Bit funny. I think this episode is I guess it actually has a lot of good comedic bits, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's more comedic than the first one.
Then it cuts to Rose and Harriet Jones, who... Whilst the electrocution scene were going on, the Doctor placed on one of the tags of the aliens, and it started electrocuting all the Slitheen. Hence why Rose and Harriet Jones could escape. But by the time they actually escaped, Harriet Jones were like, "We need to go back and get the red letter?" Not red letter.
It was the confidential file.
Yeah, the big confidential file. But by the time they run back into the room, they're getting chased. And this is where we see that all the VFX budget was spent on episode 2. Because the scene of the Slitheen running after him is oh god. This is aged
Did you miss out the Mickey part where Mickey saves what's-her-face? Mickey saves Jackie.
Is that us? I mean, I don't know, it's all kind of going on at the same time, innit?
Yeah, I mean, in timing, it's all at the same time, but...
It's okay, fine. We'll insert that in here now. Mickey comes in, sees that they're getting electrocuted, grabs Mickey. Mickey don't grab Mickey. Mickey grabs Jackie, pulls out room, but then takes a little cheeky snapshot because modern day people, what would you do without your phones?
Honestly, this generation now.
It's the one thing I like about what we bring up at the end of this episode. So anyways, after a bit of a chase scene, Harriet Jones and Rose hides in a room. And I'm going to actually just start saying Harriet. I can't be asked for saying her full name. Where they're hiding. And they do end up finding Rose. But then Harriet Jones jumps out "Wait, take me first." But then luckily the doctor comes in with a fire extinguisher and is like, and brilliant sound effects, I know. And yeah, they kind of all like run into a room together, which they can lock. But then the doctor pretends to have like a flammable sauce, which he uses like a whiskey, and is like, one more step and this explodes and we all go up. And then he starts asking them, why are you here? What's your purpose here? And which we do get a bit of a, they see Earth as like a sellable, like a profit. But that's all we kind of know currently. Like,
I think.
Yeah. But then they immediately realize, like, what did you say that could do again? And he's like, is that what I said? And then obviously they're about to kill him, but they lock themselves in a room. But they're kind of stuck in that room then. Oh, yes. And then Rose, while talking to the doctor, is like, why? I can't remember exactly how she brings it up, but she brings up, like, why is she, how can they get in them bodies at that height? And it's like, oh, we've got to be fat. They can't go in a skinny person. They have to be in a fat person. Can you imagine being hired as a Slitheen and then finding out in the episode, like, oh, yes, they have to be in a fat person? I feel I would be mortified if I
thought they just always had to, like, I thought they could go into any body, really. It's just because their body gets compressed in it.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I missed that in this episode.
No, yeah, apparently they can only go in fat people's bodies, which, don't get me wrong, money's money, you're getting paid for it, but I would be mortified if I just found out, yes, we've hired you because you're fat. I'd be like...
$20, Alan.
£20 was a lot back in 2005 budget of Doctor Who. Right.
Honestly.
To be fair, a lot of the people playing characters in this episode have actually gone on to do other TV shows, so, you know.
Doctor Who leads to great things.
I mean, Harriet Jones is in Downton Abbey, another very famous British TV show.
I didn't know. I don't know half the stuff that's...
I hadn't watched it myself. I've only seen like maybe 10 episodes out of like the 200, but she's in it. Right.
Right.
Yeah, we're going off track here, aren't we? Oh, yes. But whilst Harriet Jones is talking about like what's the solution, what's our plan, like, you know, try and figure out what they're doing. You see that the doctor's a bit confused, but like you can see that he's, you know, like, either she asks her, like, do I know you? Like, Harriet Jones sounds familiar. So we obviously get a bit of a hint of we know something, but we don't know.
Like, it doesn't get brought up until the very end of the episode anyway.
Yeah, but it's still a bit of a... We know that the doctor knows something. Yeah, we know something about... we know something about Harriet, but we don't know what yet. And then I feel like... I know we're not finished the episode yet, but I do have to say this is one of these episodes which feels very fast-paced and wraps up very quick. I know that we've still got more to go, but I'm just saying, like, because the doctor, like, rings Mickey. Well, no, Mickey rings Rose, but then obviously then speaks to the doctor. But I feel like that's already halfway through the episode, isn't it? Or something like that. It just feels like these two parters have been like very like poorly paced, I would say. At least in my opinion.
It reminds me of Tron yesterday when I was watching it. It felt slow, but then it was just really...
Yeah.
The pacing just wasn't consistent at all.
No, and I do have to say I think that is the problem with the two-parter here. So yeah, the doctor gets Mickey to use his laptop and go onto the whole unit website and type in Buffalo? Or is that a different password? It was something like Buffalo.
No, it's Buffalo.
Yeah. So whilst Mickey's logging on, then Jackie asks the doctor a very important question of, is Rose safe with you? In which, to be fair, I like this one scene just because it showed, you know, the shot, you actually see a bit like that more dilemma of the doctor, of like, you can't promise, can you? Like, he avoids the question because, you know, you can't say, oh yeah, we'll be safe, and then not be. But he doesn't, luckily, before he has to answer, Mickey then is like, we're in. Whilst Mickey's getting onto the website, the Slitheen come to the door. The policeman who was in Jackie's apartment has now tracked down Mickey's apartment and is starting to break in. So the doctor then has to come up with a way to defeat one of a Slitheen. So they all kind of start like shooting shots like, okay, there's over like, what is it, 5 million or 5,000 possible planets that it could have been from the Slitheen. So yes, 5,000 is it? Yeah. Right. So anyways, they're throwing stuff like they're green, they found, and we all get it. But one what actually does the best is Harriet Jones then says, the farts don't smell like farts, pardon me. It smells like bad breath, and then the doctor's like, calcium breakdown. Yes. And then it's like, there's only like one planet I can think of with like a calcium breakdown problem thing. Like, I'm probably going to butcher this, but they are from the planet
Yeah.
Say it, Josh, please.
I can't say it.
One sec. No, I used to be able to say it. And everyone, I'm not cutting this out. I'll give up, but I'm not cutting that out just to show everyone that I struggle with that.
I think everyone already knew.
Everyone already knows. So anyways, he then is like, vinegar, anything with vinegar, get the vinegar. So then Mickey's like, I don't even think I've got vinegar in the house. Just like, Rose is like, bruh. So then Jackie then grabs the phone and is like, what do I need? And it's like, vinegar. And she starts like pouring loads of random, stuff into a jar, like gherkins and pickles and stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's pickled well because it goes into vinegar.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they throw the pickle juice and stuff all over the creature, which I do find funny, just the way it's flabbergasted looks at each arm and then just explodes.
I wish there was more build-up, like, he probably like something more than just standing there in shock.
Yeah, like
some like shaking or something. It's like
it wasn't like a painful death at all, was it? Like
it was instant. Like, yeah, sometimes you probably won't go out that way, but still.
Yeah, but it felt very like the Cassandra death, just the random
moisturize me.
Does everyone just explode and being like vinegared or don't have moisturizer? Is that what they're saying? Good thing I always carry a gel of Vaseline on me.
Do you?
No, I should. So the Slitheen then feel it in their bones that they've lost one of their kind. So I would say retaliation, well, it was already the plan, but they put on their suits of being a prime minister and stuff, and announce, like, to go on the news and announce that the world is in danger, there is weapons in the sky, and they're ready to attack. Our greatest technicians can maybe delay it for a bit, but not for long enough. And the only way we can stop them is by hitting the source, which is England, unironically. So it's like, if you nuke England, we will save the planet. Which, obviously...
No, wrong place, nuke
France. I really hope we don't have any French listeners. So, obviously the doctors know the bluffing, but everyone in the world is panicking, thinking, aliens are real. Ah! Now, when the doctor opens up the door with some Slitheen guard in it, and it's like, why are you going to do this? Why do this? Why would you sacrifice 5 billion people for money? But which is a bit of post-it note. There was 5 billion people in 2005, which is a lot. But can you explain to me how we are now at 8 billion people 20 years later? Our world population... Yep, no, but like 3 billion people in 20 years. Our world is old enough where that should at least even be higher, or we are overpopulating way too fast. What do you mean we've gone up 3 billion people since 2005?
Still 20 years, though. So.
Yeah, but it wasn't going up that fast in the 60s to 90s, was it?
Well, yeah, the government wasn't in shambles, so like, what governments?
What, you're saying that the government being in shambles is why there's more sex now?
Yes.
Right.
people have to be less stressed for a reason,
Babe, I lost my job. I think we should have 7 kids.
The irony of me having 7 kids now.
That's a fucking hell.
That's just how it happened.
Brilliant. Hey, look, That'll be
Law
good to have
drop
that
right
many. That'll be that many. The law drop. It'll be good to have that many siblings in 10, 15 years time, because you can fall back onto them willingly or not.
Depends. Right.
Right.
Anyway,
Anyway,
let's carry on.
back to the episode after dropping some Josh law. The doctor then does come to a solution, but does say it would put Rose's life at danger, which obviously Jackie is like, no, you're not allowed. And then Rose is like, do it. Do it, doctor. Do it. Which, do it. Release the missile, doctor. Do it. I love you, doctor. But obviously the doctor's dilemmaed by this. So then Harriet steps in, is like, well, as being the only MP in this room, I think I should take order. And she's like, do it. Release the missile. Do it. So the doctor's like, right, do you see on your laptop, Nikki, I don't know, a missile? Press on missile and press shoot. Do it. So the missile launches, and we see a shot which I think gets used in End of Time Part 2. Maybe in a lower resolution, but it's a shot of it going over like the sea, over the cliffs, and then going through London. It literally is like identical to the scene of like the 10th Doctor with the spaceship, flying through it over London.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like identical, if I'm correct. But I know that we're skipping ahead for series. Right. Anyways, so that's going on, and we realise that there is a missile coming at them. So they get all the guards are like, go, get the fuck out of here. And then one of the guards runs upstairs to get like Prime Minister and just walks into a room filled with like Slitheen, and it's like, just backs out slowly and runs off. So they start to panic as well and start trying to put the suit back on. In which, and luckily, Rose, being the big brain she is like, what do you do in an event of an earthquake? You get into a cupboard. I mean, I was like thinking, I mean, a missile's a bit different to the ground shaking, but you know what? We'll let you cook. So anyways, they all get into the cupboard. Could it save them? It's better than standing around doing nothing. And then whilst the Savina literally halfway got suit up, they're like, oh, and then the building explodes. And we see the doctor and all that, like, I think we just spun the camera around or something like that, but it looks like really goofy. Like, I don't know. Would that work? I mean, I guess it would maybe work the cupboard.
I think it also helped with the whole room being made of steel.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, no,
so they've kind of it's double reinforced. So
yeah, I guess if I hide in my boiler cupboard, it wouldn't do the same effect. Hiding with
who
the
knows?
bomb.
I mean,
what's in this room with me? Oh, it's just, the boiler. Do you mean tomorrow an auto explodes? Maybe. Anyways, bunch of rubble, and the only thing that's standing is the cupboard. So they all start crawling out. Guards run up like, oi, oi, oi. And then Harriet Jones immediately takes action. Well, she does what she's been doing for the past 2 episodes. It's like, I am MP. She keeps cool, calm, and collected this entire 2-parter. Apart from when she breaks down to Rose about aliens. But that's a valid crash out. Anyways.
You just saw someone die. So, I kind of let her off there, mate.
Yeah, I guess, But, being Prime Minister, you kind of have to be heartless and not care about anyone. Right. Where was we? So, the episode now starts to wrap up, which is another reason why I don't like the pacing. I think the pacing's bad. I think it wrapped up way too much.
I don't think we missed something, but like you saying all that, I recognise like, oh yeah, like this is near the end of the episode. Like,
but this is the thing. I feel like I've actually talked about most scenes. This is what I mean. Like, I feel like I've gone over all the scenes. Really, I think have we missed out?
I don't think so.
So I mean, yeah. Sorry guys, it might be a bit of a short episode, but I feel like we've talked about everything what's interesting in this episode. So, anyways,
we could do a follow-up mini-sode before the next episode.
What be the mini-sode?
Just talk about what we missed.
Just a 1-hour-long podcast. Yeah, we missed a lot. No, so whilst
End of time.
oh no, honestly, End of Time is going to be like a 5-hour podcast. There's so much to talk about. Yeah, you're going to be wanting to leave that podcast. You're going to be like, I can't do this, Alan. We're already 4 hours in. Well, that's too damn bad. Right, anyways, the Time Lords have only just entered. Right. So, anyways, whilst Harry Jones is walking off, the Doctor then realizes who she is. Prime Minister. Whoa! Big shock. Obviously, meaning there's going to be something to do with her in the future, because you don't really talk about Harriet Jones unless if there's something in the future. But we find out that she's going to become Prime Minister, and that's how he recognizes the voice, being a time traveler and all that. And then it cuts to the flat with Rose, Mickey, not Rose and Mickey. Mickey's not there. Cuts to a flat. The Doctor's in the TARDIS just messing around, and Rose and Jackie are having a cuppa and talking about the Doctor, which we do see that Jackie's at least starting to accept that, the Doctor's an alright guy, which is nice.
I mean, he's alright, like.
I mean, he might save the world, but
Overrated as fucking, in my opinion.
I think she could do better. Right. Anyways, so while it's just wrapping up the episode, really, isn't it? And then Jackie's like, "Ooh, I could make shepherd's pie. Does he like shepherd's pie?" And she's like, I don't know, maybe. But then the Doctor calls her and is like, "All right, I'm just going to go for a few hours, get this transmission out," which is sending out an advert to the aliens. Oh, is that something we missed out? The Slitheen was sending out like an advert to aliens saying, "Come to Earth and buy our scrap."
Yeah, it was like an advertisement for it. For Earth being destroyed and all that.
Yeah, sorry. So we don't have to do a mini episode now. We don't have to do a mini sword now, guys.
Okay, right, we're all caught up now.
We're all caught up. That 1 minute scene is all caught up now. So, anyways, and Rose is like, "My mum wants you to have dinner with me, with us," and the Doctor's like, "No, hell no." And Rose is like, "Please," and it's like, "I don't do that." And then the Doctor convinces Rose to come back into space. Which is a bit, I do feel bad for Jackie in this scene, because you can tell that she's at least feeling a bit more comfortable, and then she walks out and then sees that Rose is packing to go, and it's like, "Please don't leave." And it's like, "You don't understand. When you've seen alien life, you don't find normal life fun," which I will agree.
I'm not saying that. That's a bit dick thing to say.
It's a horrible thing to say to someone who's not going to experience that. Oh yes, everyday life is shite, unless if you go with the Doctor, but the Doctor wouldn't want to travel with you. Have fun. It's like the quote in a later episode, which I will bring up in a later episode. Is there actually much else? Oh yeah,
that's it.
Oh yeah. So
no?
not yet, my dear friend. But when will it end? Rose is packing up, and then whilst that is happening, we see a boy scraping off the last of the bad wolf in graffiti, and then the Doctor being like, "Good champ, now don't do that again," and he runs off. But bad wolf. It's summer. We don't know what it is, but it's summer.
It keeps showing up.
So anyways, the Doctor walks up to Mickey because he's hanging around. And immediately we see a newspaper. We immediately see a newspaper saying alien hoax, and it's like, "Ah yes, the human race." It's like immediately you literally saw alien life, and it's like, nah, it was a big hoax.
Well, that's what happens in this sort of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, what happened in real life? Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a cover-up. And then when Mickey actually gets invited to come with the Doctor and Rose, which I think is a very nice scene, because, they've always been teasy with each other, but it shows that the Doctor actually likes Mickey as a guy, as a man.
I think this happened in this episode because it's shown what he can actually do.
Yeah, to be fair, like
he's not
hacking into like a government website. I mean, sure, you had the passwords given by the Doctor, but still, Mickey knows his stuff.
He wouldn't be able to do it without him. So.
Oh yeah, can you imagine getting Jackie to do that? So, anyways, but then Mickey's like, no, I can't do this kind of life. It scares me. But don't tell Rose. And then Rose vendors actually come out and like, come with us.
In which the doctor is like,
yeah, come with us. And yeah, sorry, yeah.
The
doctor steps in and is like, no, which is he's doing forcefully because Mickey told him to. But yeah, he was like, no, don't want him. Not against. It's against everything I go for. Makes the doctor sound like a right dick, but he's actually been a very nice guy.
He's just a nice guy.
He's just a nice guy. And we do actually see the inside of the police box, which is a mistake in the episode because obviously we don't actually see, you know, when you go into the TARDIS, there is not two police box doors and, you know, walls on each side. So when the doctor opens up the TARDIS and you see the police in box interior, it's not being green screened.
Oh,
a little mistake. Yeah, no, a little mistake in the episode. Obviously.
See, there's two mistakes. The first one in Quite Dead, which is a mic buffer, and now this.
Coincidence? I think not.
Unwatchable, this is.
This has lost 1 point just for that one mistake, but you didn't even notice. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. Like the Doctor and Rose disappear, and yeah, it's yeah. What's your overall rating for this episode? Because let's be honest, I already feel like I know what you're gonna say. So go on.
The same as the previous. Actually, no, lower for that one mistake. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 10.
Yeah, that one police box mistake. Damn you, Doctor Who. Couldn't have just put a green screen in the police box and animate it.
It's probably ran out of budget.
Let's be realistic, yeah. So, and that's I would say about 5 out of 10. It's an okay episode. It sets up some things for the future, but doesn't really impact much.
No.
It's an okay episode. 5 out of 10. And I know we said we would put them together and do an overall rating, but I think that would also be a 5 out of 10 for both parts. It's an okay episode.
5.5 or 6, because I did find it a lot more entertaining than the first one.
There's funny, I could maybe get a 5.5 out of it because there is some funny moments in it. I'll give Russell T Davies that. He's good at some comedic moments. But
he was good.
Was good. It was. But yeah, 5.5. It's not as good as Unquiet Dead. I wouldn't even say that's like a great episode, but I think Unquiet Dead being a 6.
Unquiet Dead, we actually.
Yeah, Unquiet Dead being a 6. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but no, don't you worry, guys, because Dalek is next episode, and that's a spicy episode, and I will be yapping. I'm sure Josh will be too. It's a good episode. It's just
it's very good. It's one of the ones I actually do enjoy out of this.
And I
only enjoyed 5 episodes out of this.
Exactly, and I think we've gotten rid of 2 of the episodes of this series what I've always struggled with. There's Long Game. Is it Long Game? That's another episode, but apart from that, I think the other episodes are quite good. I think.
The Long Game?
Yeah,
is that the one
just one. No. It's just after the Dalek episode where. No, we're skipping ahead. Right. Well, I'll talk to you after the podcast. So, anyways, we almost forgot to do fun fact of the episode.
There's a fun fact for this episode? Jeez.
It's not really a fun fact. I think every single time I say it's a fun fact, it's like terrorism. So.
It's a not so fun fact, guys.
It's not really a fun fact, but guess what this was all inspired by?
World War III?
No.
I mean, World War II.
Elements of the story is a parody of a 2003 invasion of Iraq and the actions of Prime Minister Tony Blair, which includes preemptive strike based on incorrect information. So, yeah, it got political, which Russell T Davies is a very political guy, but it's like you really you're not holding back there, are you, Russell?
No, that's fair.
Because
That's
that is literally the plot of the episode, pretty much. But yeah, it's an okay episode, and I feel like it's been probably going to be a shorter episode this week. So I'm sorry, everyone,
Yeah.
but I promise you, Dalek is going to be a juicy boy. I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas. Or if you're watching this in 1 year's time, have a nice Christmas. And have a very good New Year's. Right, well, thank you for listening and watching. Sorry it's probably been a shorter episode than usual, but we will get back into our prime, don't you worry. So thank you for watching. Have a lovely week. And I'll see you next week.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.